G'day everyone, it's Shane again. So we're now 2 weeks out from my target run, so it's looking pretty good. I'm feeling confident, I guess. This week's been a really good week. It's been quite warm all week, so I've got quite a few runs in at around the low 30s, high 20s throughout the week. I have found that I've had to reduce the Ks in a sense. I think for the whole week I've done low 60s, 64, 65K, somewhere around there. But that's been mostly because instead of going out doing a 10K run when it's been 33 degrees, I've just settled for doing somewhere between sort of 7-8Ks. More just to get used to the heat, but I also don't want to do anything stupid this close to the target run. So I guess in a way it's a bit of self-preservation so that I'm not running myself dehydrated, and it's the sort of thing that you won't know until a few days later if you probably should have drank a bit more water, or especially when I'm doing back-to-back runs every afternoon in the heat. They will eventually take their toll as a cumulative effect. So in the interest of just sort of looking after myself, rather than doing the 10Ks, I do sort of 8Ks and that sort of thing, and just trimming the runs a bit shorter than normal. I have done a couple of late runs as well. I don't really talk about much, but pretty much any run I do that's less than 15K, if it's anywhere near my place, I'm running with my dog, and he's got quite a thick coat and he's also pitch black. So in the interest of sort of looking after him, there's been a few nights where I've decided to go for a run, but it's been 8 o'clock at night when it's got back down to low 20s and cooled off a bit. It's been good for me just to get a bit of a run in some normal weather, but it's also more just so that he can go for a run, and he loves getting out for his stretch, and he is my main motivation for why I run. So he helped me lose a lot of weight, and I want to keep looking after him and making sure I don't do anything silly with him. So let the heat go down, because he's not really in a position to tell me he wants a drink. Even if we're running around the lake and it's warm, he still won't have a drink. So I did stay true to my plan. Christmas Day, I ran from my house through to the folks' place for Christmas lunch, knocking out I think it worked out to be 17 kilometres, through basically cut straight across town. It was a good run. It was high 20s when I've done that run. I did run that with a trail pack just because I knew I'd get thirsty. What I wasn't sort of expecting is, in that heat, I normally don't run on the roads for that sort of distance and everything, but just the heat that was radiating off the roads and the paths and that as you're running along. Like, fair enough, I'm running in my hat, but yeah, I just found that heat radiating off the ground really sort of sapped the moisture out of me. I did drink a lot more than I expected to for that run, and it sort of reinforced just how important it is to keep taking that water in. After all, in a few weeks I'm looking at doing 56K in similar temperatures. So again, I think I mentioned in one of my previous videos as well, where now I'm at the point where I really need to be focused on how much water I do drink during those runs. I can't afford to get dehydrated, because you're not going to rehydrate once you've already gone past that point. So I've got to sort of drink before I'm thirsty and keep all those fluids coming in, and that run just really sort of helped reinforce that. So I've got to have regular drinks, even just little bits. I can't drink a lot of water when I'm running, so just having little bits of water, regular intervals, and just, I guess, trying to prevent myself from getting to that point where I become dehydrated and able to keep functioning properly. I've just finished my long run for today. I say long run, I think it worked out about 18-19Ks. I think for the last few Ks I just sort of dawdled along the creek, just enjoying being outside, and I guess just I spent a bit of time thinking about what I've done in the last few months getting ready. I know I only started these a few weeks ago now. I think this is 10 weeks out, so this is like 8th one or something. But the training for 2 bays started quite a few months ago, and it's just sort of had me thinking about what I've done there. And I guess this training, it's not today's run, there's no real magic bullets that's going to actually change how or whether or not I succeed come 2 bays. All that training's already been done. So I guess I was just enjoying being out and just reflecting back on the training that I have done and trying to, you know, tell myself that I'm ready for it and there's nothing I can do now. Pretty much make a break now, whatever I'm at. I'm not going to magically improve my fitness in the next 2 weeks, and if anything, I just want to be looking after myself for the next 2 weeks. So given pretty much 1 week's time, I'm going to start tapering off so I'm nice and fresh for 2 days. Yeah, I just spent a bit of time walking along, just thinking about that, and it's just contemplating the elevation and what I know about the course and what I'm actually in for. So that was kind of good to do that, and you know, it slows my times down, but like I said, nothing I'm going to do now is going to change what happens in 2 weeks unless I go do something silly and get injured. So yeah, no, it's just nice just to walk along and enjoy that and just think about everything that I've done in the last few months. So yeah, that was really good. So yeah, mostly light runs this week. I don't think I'll do a long run next weekend. If anything, I might just get out for a stroll and, you know, go for a 15k walk along the creek or something. Just more to get out and have a walk around. So, but yeah, mostly light runs. It's going to be warm again. You know, it's, I don't know, nearly 11:30 now, and it's already pushing 33 degrees. So it's going to get nice and warm today, and you know, got to finish the run off in that. So I already know what I'm in for. Like I said in previous ones, it's not going to get warm enough long enough now for me to actually acclimatise to the weather. So it's going to have to grin and bear it, and been watching the weather where the run is, and it's a few degrees lighter than what I've been training in at the moment, so hopefully it stays that way, no sudden changes. But yeah, it's normally a few degrees less than where I live now, so that'll be quite good if it stays that way. So I guess that will do for this week. Don't forget, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and hopefully all your training's going along really well and no injuries or anything your end, so you can achieve your goals. Any questions, post them below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Leave you guys to watch more interesting things on YouTube, and I'll catch you all next week. See yous.